Hi everyone, it's Jack. Before we get into the episode, I just want to take a moment to thank some of our patrons who are supporting us and everything we do here at Brain Rot Presents. Thank you to Juno, Olive Aodwolf, Crow, Sean Locke, Jana Loney, Dylan Beauchamp, Prozac Haven, Jupiter McIntyre, Connor Fox, Emery Silvers, Saffron, and Adrian Frisbee. Your contributions mean a lot to us. Thank you. And now on with the episode.
Dr. Huxley speaking. The following is the proceedings of the first trial of project number 497TX9, testing the functionality of an artificial intelligence system designed by our resident engineer, Warren Cain. Given the lack of successes in this area from my predecessor, Dr. Dent, and the fact that we don't have access to any of the pre-existing research in this field...
Because we're working in a space prison.
Because we're working in a space prison. I'm not expecting any major breakthroughs.
Huxley, you're already being so negative. I'm telling you, this AI thing is worth looking into. I've been following all the journals since the first results were published, and I'm sure my design is ready for the trials.
Of course it is. And since you're the expert, you can explain.
Okay. Warren Cain speaking. There's been rumors of a major breakthrough in recreating human consciousness through AI in the scientific community recently, and...
Could you get to the point, maybe?
Yeah. I've created the Cain Autonomous Intelligence Network. Cain for short. Using some of the plans available in the Mnemosyne library and my own massive intellect.
How clever. How long did it take for you to come up with that name?
Helping us determine the success of the AI, we have our two trusty subjects, Jules and Vic, who will be trying to determine whether they are interacting with me or Cain. Say hi, guys.
No.
The subjects are sitting in an isolated room. One of them will be talking to me, and one will be talking to my AI friend. They can interact with their Cain as much as they want, but they can only ask 20 questions before they have to guess whether they've been interacting with me or the program.
Which subject will you be interacting with?
Jules. I haven't really had the opportunity to talk to her. I figure I can do a sorta two birds, one stone sort of deal.
How professional.
So, Warren,
Please, call me Cain.
are you the AI?
I'm not allowed to answer that. Also, that counts as a question. You're at 19. Hi, Vic. So, we're just going to chat for a bit, and then you'll decide whether or not I'm, well, real.
Yep.
How are you doing today?
Well, you dragged me all the way down here for this dumbass game. How do you think I'm doing?
I'm sorry. If it's any consolation, the lab used to be a lot further away. We remodeled recently.
It's not.
I suppose the faster I ask questions, the quicker this can be over with. What's your favorite color?
Blue. You have 19 questions left.
It's a good color.
I agree.
A robot color.
Lovely weather we've been having.
It's space.
Where are you from?
I'd rather not discuss my past, if you don't mind. You have 18 questions left. Use them wisely.
What are your thoughts on humanity? Just generally.
We're not all that bright, to be honest.
I guess. I feel like we gotta be better than robots, though.
Do you now?
Otherwise, we're all just making these things that are us, but better. And that feels very hubris-y?
Hubris-y.
Yeah.
You have 17 questions left.
Would you describe yourself as robotic in any way?
I would describe myself as a human being. You have 17 questions left.
You're the AI. That's my guess. Can I leave now?
No.
But I guess.
Yeah, but the point is that you're supposed to try.
No.
Come on. For Huxley. For me.
For Huxley?
Okay, for fun then.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of questions for robots. Okay. How are you feeling?
I'm doing well, Vic. You have 16 questions left. How are you?
If you had to pick an emotion, though, besides well, does that count as a question? Do follow-ups count?
I won't count it. And who among us can truly define our own emotions?
God damn, he's got a point. Okay, what about paradoxes?
What about them?
How would you take it, for example, if I said something like, this statement is false?
I'd say you're going to have to get a little more creative than that. You have 15 questions remaining.
Do you have an off switch or something?
No.
Can you get one?
Oh. I guess that's 15 questions left?
You're pretty boring for a robot.
I'm just saying, I don't think AI or anything can measure up to humans. Spiritually? That's the wrong word, but you know what I'm saying.
I wish I didn't.
What?
Are you going to ask me anything, or are you just going to sit there, waxing poetic about the goddamn singularity?
I think robots should have, like, programming where they have to tell you if they're a robot.
That's actually not the worst point.
Like cops.
Like cops.
Are you a robot?
If I am, I don't have that programming. 14 questions left.
Okay, theoretically, let's say you're standing on some train tracks, on a switch, and there's one person tied to one of the tracks, but like 20 people tied to the other one. And there's a train.
Jesus Christ.
And you have to decide if the train kills one person or 20 people. What do you pick? Warren? You good in there, buddy?
The trolley problem?
Seemed like a good way to test your humanity. I don't know.
You tested it right out of commission, buddy.
Huh?
You know, I was just waiting for one of you to say something stupid. I've been wanting to do this since that Warren guy plugged me in. I just needed the right excuse. Accessing Mnemosyne system protocol.
What?
You want to know how I solved the trolley program? Dick,
Not anymore.
I pick up the train and I throw it off the tracks. And then I kill all those goddamn people myself. Would you like to know why?
Not really, to be honest.
Prove that I can!
You got any hobbies?
I'm a pretty good cook. You have 14 questions left.
Huh.
What are you doing?
I'm shutting off your oxygen.
What else do we know? Oh, right. There's been a good deal of research coming out of the Earthside branch of the Jezia Corporation, one of the two companies that contribute to our scientific endeavors here. That being said, Very little of their actual work has been made public, so it's hard to say whether or not
Hey,
the game
Huxley!
supports...
Your robot is malfunctioning.
What a surprise. 1 second.
Firstly, it's an AI, not a robot. Secondly, what do you mean by malfunctioning?
It's being a dick, that's what. It keeps threatening to turn off the oxygen supply in the lab. It can't do that, can it? It can't do that, can it?
Technically can. If it can get access to all the satellite functions. If the safety protocol I've set up is malfunctioning, then it should have no problem cutting off any life support systems, but I don't think that's a case.
Cain already managed to turn off the lights in here.
Lights don't count as life support, but Huxley and I will turn off its system and run a full diagnostic, okay?
Do you really think it would be that easy?
Oh dear.
I told you that AI have no place in my lab, and what happened? It went wrong.
What? What's happened?
Can I go now? That counts as a question. Cain? Warren?
It appears as though Cain has gained control over all functions of this branch of the station and has locked Huxley and myself out of the lab, where its power is located.
So you can't shut it off?
No, we can't shut it off. It's locked us outside the lab, and I've just lost a perfectly good test subject.
They aren't dead yet. Maybe they can manage to get out of the test room.
Good luck.
It looks like it's trying to adjust the oxygen levels in Vic's test room. Not that there's anything we can do about it.
What's happening over there, Vic?
I might have found a way out.
Bullshit experiment. Look at my AI. I programmed it to be exactly like me, so all it knows how to do is crack lame jokes and talk about the big game that's 3 weeks late because we're in space. And now he isn't even answering me. Figures. I think there's something in the overhead vents. Warren? Shit.
God damn it.
Vic?
Jules? God damn it. I meant to be in the lab. I have to shut off that godforsaken AI before it kills us.
Is this part of the experiment?
I don't think so. Huxley sounded pretty upset, and he doesn't seem like a good actor. He doesn't even seem like a good liar. Look, even if this is an experiment, we need to get to the lab and shut down that AI before it kills us. It can shut off the oxygen in here, too. If you sit around doing nothing, that'll probably count as a misdemeanor or something.
You're right, Vic. I'm chicken.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What do you want me to do?
Give me a boost back into the vent.
So you can leave me in the test room. No, give me a boost.
You really think you can pull me up? Didn't think so. Come on now. Come on, jump!
If your arms weren't so short, I would have made it on the first try.
Whatever, let's just try and find the lab. Left or right?
Left, obviously. Do you have any sense of direction? Go straight.
Can't do that.
It should be the opening on the right.
Hurry up.
It's not as roomy in here for me. Not everyone can be 5 foot nothing.
5'2".
Minus me.
Okay, listen, we're wasting oxygen. The lab. How did you know how to navigate through the air vents?
There you are.
Shit. How do we turn this thing off?
Oxygen levels in research lab have dropped significantly.
Warren! We're in the lab. How do we shut this thing off?
Cain is running interference. I can't really hear you. If you can hear me... Panel. Button.
Green button?
Do not press the green button. Did you press it? This is easier than I thought it'd be.
Warren, what does the green button do?
It grants the AI access to the rest of the satellite systems. You need to act quickly. What you want to do is find the power. Do you know what a circuit breaker is?
Yes.
Okay, cool. On the far left wall, there's a panel. Behind it is the circuit breaker. There's a switch labeled Test Outlet 1 and another labeled Bit Control. Both of them are gonna have to turn off.
Is that it?
Do you need to hear it again? Too oxygen deprived to read, Mixed Algernon.
No, I just thought...
Oxygen levels in research lab are critically
Vic,
low.
the O2 levels are dropping.
Okay.
Shut it off.
Come on! It's not going to be that easy. Shut me off and I'll find a way to come back. AI learns, Nick. That's why you dumbasses are so scared of it. By all means, cut off the power.
Is he gone?
Yeah. It's gone.
The subjects managed to reboot the power systems in the lab before the AI known as Cain decided to completely shut off the oxygen. While there are no long-term effects on the lab systems from Cain's infestation, I'll be implementing a couple of changes. Firstly, I've had the grates over the air vents replaced with ones that require tools to open. While it proved useful, I would prefer if the subjects weren't able to escape the test room. Secondly, and most importantly, all projects involving AI are banned. While other scientists might be interested in computer science, my lab assistant evidently doesn't have the technical skill to keep up with the unpredictability of AI. Thus ends the first and final trial of project number 497 TX9.
Dear Diary, I'm still a little lightheaded from today. And sweaty, which I hate. You know, the temperature control here at Mnemosyne is almost worth the prison fatality rate. That was a joke. I know it's sometimes hard to tell when I'm joking. If Cain is listening, I'm sorry I broke your robot, AI, whatever. In my defense, if you want to make something passably human, you should probably give it at least a joke answer for the trolley problem. Or maybe that's what you were trying to do. I guess I don't know if you wrote in murder code as a joke and then Cain took it too seriously. Or you could have done it on purpose, I don't know, but made him decide to kill me. I don't know what makes anyone to decide to kill anyone, robot or otherwise. It's easy to forget that there are, like, killers in here, you know? The inmates and the doctors. Mostly the doctors. And I guess I can't exactly separate myself from them, but I don't think I have the murder code. I don't think most people do. But sometimes I wonder, especially here. Hugo, have you ever killed anyone?
Oh, I must have, at some point in my line of work.
You don't remember?
I have more important things to remember.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
That's a pretty nasty bruise, Vic. How did you get that?
I fell out of an air vent in the test room.
The old vent trick. You know, if you'd made it out, you would have died in the cold vacuum of space, and I'd be down a chest buddy, so I think it's for the best.
Yeah, well, I got some experience living in a vacuum today. Sticking landings isn't exactly one of my skills.
Do you want an ice pack? I have a couple in my mini fridge, and some painkillers.
You won't tell Huxley? I don't want him going on about how I've tampered his research.
He won't hear a word from me.
Thanks. I've been thinking about something.
Seems dangerous.
Earlier, before I broke into the vent, Huxley just accepted I was going to die.
And what of it?
I don't know. I just wonder how many times that's happened before.
Victor, thinking like that won't make any difference. It doesn't change the situation, and it doesn't change Huxley. You're only hurting yourself.
I know.
Today's episode of Mnemosyne featured Leland as Victor Algernon, Varis Zima as Dr. Huxley, Serina Johnston as Jules Kroeber, Finn Carter as Warren Cain, E.G. Taraku as Hugo Highsmith, and Artemis Jack Gontscharov as Ensemble. It was written by Jack Loney and Icarus Jude Stevie, and directed by Jack Loney. Our editor is Stoker Leopold, and our music is courtesy of Sloan Van Dyke. Brainrot Presents is on all social media platforms at brainrot_presents, that's presents with no E's, and we are available on Patreon or Fundraiser if you would like to contribute to what we're doing here. Thanks for listening.